Tom Camp says this one candle will change your life. He's a 7-figure trader who claims his students have pulled over $10 million in prop payouts. This is not a 40-rule strategy. It's one candle on the 4-hour chart, and everything else is built around it. So I rebuilt his method as an indicator, backtested it on gold across 2 time frames. The results were surprising. Let me show you what happened. Here's the actual rule. On the 4-hour chart, Tom watches for a candle that sweeps the low of the candle right before it, sweeps that liquidity, and then closes back above the high of that same previous candle. That's the manipulation candle, and that's your buy bias. It works the same in reverse for a sell bias. A candle sweeps the high of the one before it, then closes back below its low. Either way, it's not about predicting the sweep. It's about waiting for the close that confirms it, then trading the bias it leaves behind. To test it properly, I built an indicator that marks his exact rule automatically. It flags a manipulation candle the moment it sweeps the previous candle's low and closes back above that candle's high. What you're watching now is replay mode on gold, so you can see it fire in real conditions, candle by candle, nothing added after the fact. I'll be straight with you. No rebuild is ever a perfect copy of someone trading it by eye. But I went back through the setups Tom walks through in his own videos, and the indicator fired on the same candles, same levels, same logic. So now we've actually got something we can test mechanically across a full year with nothing cherry-picked. So let's start where Tom actually teaches this, the 4-hour chart, fully mechanical, every signal taken over the last 365 days. $21,712 profit on a $100,000 account, a 21.7% return. Profit factor of 2.71, win rate just under 58%, 11 winners out of 19. Max drawdown for the whole year was $5,296, just over 4%. That win rate and profit factor are genuinely strong. I also stretched the same 4-hour rules back a full 10 years to see how it held up outside of just this last 12 months. Over that whole decade, $26,548 profit, a 26.5% return on 282 trades, but the profit factor drops right down to 1.35 and the win rate falls under 36%. Still profitable across 10 years, just nowhere near as sharp. Almost all of that curve gets made in the last 5 years, and it really steepens in the last year or so. The more manipulated this market has gotten, the better this method has performed. Even with 10 years of data behind it, though, 19 trades in the last 12 months still wasn't enough for me personally. So I dropped it down to the 30-minute chart to get a proper sample size and see if the same logic held up and if I could squeeze more profits out. I ran it on the 30-minute gold chart. Over the last 365 days, $34,150 profit on a $100,000 starting balance, a 34% return. A profit factor of 1.85, win rate just under 60%, 43 winners out of 72 trades. Max drawdown across the whole year was $4,600, about 3.6%. That's a real tradable edge, not a lucky streak. And here's the part I didn't expect going in. I also ran the same rules back over 5 years of data, all the way to the start of 2020. Over that whole stretch, the profit factor sits at 1.4, still profitable, still a real edge, just noticeably weaker than the last 12 months. Zoom into just this last year and a half, though, and the edge nearly doubles. That lines up with what you're watching on screen right now. This has been a genuinely manipulated market, more liquidity sweeps, more stop hunts, more of exactly the price action this method is built to catch. Here is what I added to the indicator and strategy method in the settings to get these pumped up profits on the 30-minute chart. I added a 50 EMA trend filter, so it only takes longs above it and shorts below it. I tweaked the take profit and stop loss amounts, and there is also a velocity filter and a few other settings I didn't use on this time frame, but they are there to edit if you want to test other assets and timeframes. None of that's something you need to go and rebuild yourself either. So it's already sitting there as the default settings in the 30-minute file. And just so you know, this isn't locked to gold. I ran the exact same strategy on 4-hour micro-NAS, changed nothing but the EMA, bumped the filter down to 21, and it was still profitable. Same rule, different instrument, one setting nudged for that market. Gold's just where I put the full backtest for this video, but the strategy works on other assets too. So is Tom Camp's manipulation candle strategy profitable on this data? Yes. And to be clear, this is my mechanical interpretation of his method in code, not exactly how he trades it by hand. On gold, both timeframes turned a real profit over the last year, and also on 4-hour micro NAS, while all at around a 5% drawdown. Both tools, the indicator and the strategy, are in a package. That's the manipulation candle indicator, and the strategy file for the 30-minute chart, and the strategy file for the 4-hour chart, all in one time purchase. No subscriptions. Every input is open, so you can tweak it, retest it, or build your own filters on top. It's on my WOP, store links in the description. So the smart move is the same as always. Load the indicator up. Watch it fire on your own charts first, then decide how you want to trade around it. Go and watch Tom Camp's own breakdown too. He earned the credit for the idea. Like and subscribe if this was useful. More strategies are on the way. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.